Hey guys, we're going to continue our video series on chart recognition on the technical charts. Go ahead and like and subscribe to this video. Also join the Patreon. The mid-level Mo's Muscles is the channel where we talk trading all day. We talk. I'll answer your questions about individual stocks. We'll do teaching, and then it kind of creates that community where we can all bounce ideas off of each other when it comes to trading on charts. This goes for long-term trades, swing trades, which is day-to-day, or day trades, which is intraday. So let's get started on some patterns that we're going to see. So the first one is a power stock. What is a power stock? We hear about these. They talk about them on CNBC, FOX Business all the time. You read them in a lot of articles. So what exactly is it? A power stock is a stock that is on top of all four of its major moving averages, which are the 25-day, the 50-day, the 100-day, and the 200-day moving average. So, and the trend is moving in the positive direction through the sweet spot. That's what a power stock is. When you have a power stock, you're going to see the candlesticks moving up in a pretty tight direction, a pretty tight cluster, I should say. So the tighter the cluster moving up between these two pink lines, the better. As it gets a little bit wider and a little bit more sloppy, it's not as powerful of a power stock. But when you get something like this that's very tight, that's when you know you have a great stock. Apple does this frequently. Microsoft does this frequently. Costco always does this. So as you start to learn and start getting more comfortable with stocks that you trade frequently, you'll start to realize when they turn into power stocks, you'll be able to see them quickly and be able to get in them hopefully early. So the thing to remember on power stocks, obviously you need an uptrend. You want to be on top of all four of your major moving averages, and the tighter the cluster, the better. That's what a power stock is, and that's what you want to look for. Next one is a dog stock. Dogs are interesting, and there's a lot of opportunity for upside with them. What a dog stock is a stock that kind of sits on the bottom of its trend line and just kind of coasts for a very long time, not really doing anything, just kind of bouncing, either continues to go down or it just kind of goes sideways and consolidates. So what we can do is when we see a stock like BP, it kind of just sat there on the bottom for several months doing nothing instead of the trend line kind of turning up for a positive trend. So what I do with dog stocks is I look for them. I just go through tons of stocks and I throw one tracker share on there just to keep myself engaged with the stock. I'm not going to forget about it. I'm going to see it every single day. And trades are commission free now, so why not throw it on there? Let's say that a company like BP goes bankrupt. Unlikely, but anything's possible. I would lose $15.64 a share. That's all. So that's why I always throw one share on something. What BP did after December-ish is we started to see this trend kind of start creeping up on us, and it eventually did get into the sweet spot. Now, today is January 25th. BP is up here. So we were able to throw one share on. I waited for it. I waited for it for a very long time. It was from summer. And finally, we started to get that trend moving upward. So dog stocks are something that you just have to be patient with. Just keep your eye on them. They more than likely, especially with companies like a BP, they're going to work out for you. It's just a matter of being patient. Don't go in there and buy a ton of shares at $15 and hope that it goes up. Just throw one share on there. When you start to get your trend moving in the right direction, grab it and move on from there. It increases your likelihood of making money instead of losing money right off the bat. So that's what dog stocks are. They're a great thing to look for. You'll see a lot of them in this market. You do see a lot of them in the energy sector. Breakaway patterns. So what a breakaway pattern is are gaps, what we call a gap down. So this massive drop in the stock price can be from earnings, it can be from just poor news, it could literally be from anything. It really doesn't matter. But the important thing is when you get let me change this to yellow. When you get a big drop in a stock price like this, people say, okay, the stock price is low. I can go in and buy this and I'll probably make money from it. So you buy it here and you think that it's going up. You get about 50% of the way back to where it was before it fell, and boom, it drops on you again. Why does that happen? People that were in it up here are saying, if I can just get half of my money back, this was probably a 2 or 3 month period that they were losing. If I could just get 50% of my money back and not be at 100% loss, be at a 50% loss, I'll take it and I'll run. So they get to about 50% of their previous high, and boom, the stock price drops again because all the money starts flowing out of the stock. So breakaway patterns are dangerous. Make sure you keep an eye on them, and and it's not always going to be, it's going to rebound to its previous highs. Maybe it'll do it eventually, but I won't do it in that time. This also takes us back to the previous video when we talked about the 50% rule. If this is your high and this is your low, here's that 50%. That kind of is that resistance, and here's that overhang area. So everything kind of blends together with these patterns that we're finding. This one, it's not pattern recognition. I just like to show it to you guys. Take a screenshot of it, stick it on your wall, whatever. It just shows sector correlations of what interest rates do with metals and oils and transports and this and that in the US dollar. And this is what the dollar does in coordinates with the other sectors. So grab a screenshot, keep it by your desk, do whatever you'd like to do with it. It can help when trading. You can see what the dollar is doing that morning, or you can see what the interest rates are doing. You can see what gold is doing and adapt from there. So that's it for today. We'll do a couple more videos about teaching, and then ask me your guys' stock questions, and we'll get going with them. We'll look at big stocks of the day. We'll look at some of your big gainers, maybe some of your big losses, see what we could have done different. But join the Patreon, join the Mo's Muscles tier. Ask me any questions you have. We'll have a great conversation about it. And I'm in there making 30 to 60 second videos all day, answering your guys' questions about your individual stocks, or answering your questions about things that you want to be taught. So that's it for this one. Have a great day.